Yongao is a small island in the Pearl River estuary with a permanent population of just over 400 people. This small building is the only hospital on the island, with 3 doctors and 3 nurses tending to the health of island residents and boat crews who pass through all year round. In late 2020, this hospital became one of China's first 5G smart hospital island bases.
你现在痛是吧？
痛。
好，这样你放心，我们把你的心电图结果用5G已经传输到西安门医院的心电图专家那边，等他们出了一个会诊的结果以后，我们再做下一步的决定。然后你放心哦，我。
This islander's critical condition is beyond the capabilities of the island hospital to treat. The hospital director, Jiang Bangkun, needed to immediately request support from a Ri Naiwei is the world's first 9th Dan female Go player and the last female disciple of Wu Qingyuan, a legendary figure in the world of Go, having beaten all his top-tier contemporaries in a 10-game Go tournament. Today, Ri Naiwei and her husband, 9th Dan Go player Jiang Jiuqiu, have visited artificial intelligence expert Dr. Jin Xing, hoping to recreate Wu Qingyuan's games using the Galaxy Go program developed by Jin Xing. Galaxy is an artificial intelligence program that has won the World AI Go Championship 4 times.
现在我们在围棋上产生了这种人工智能技术突破，我们用的是一种深度学习的方法，从大量的棋谱中学习正确的走法，学习棋谱里边的内在规律。机器学习的模型非常复杂，给它足够多的数量的棋谱，它的学习能力是非常强大和惊人的。
Ri Naiwei once strongly opposed artificial intelligence. The match between Li Seido and AlphaGo caused Ri Naiwei to look at her career, which she has loved her whole life, in a different way.
然后我觉得我可能是棋手里面最难过的一个。我每天我李世石第1盘输的时候，我难过的，他们说我要死要活的，就是不能接受。
More than 4,000 years old, Go is considered the world's most complex chess game and became the last bastion of human resistance to artificial intelligence after the computer Deep Blue defeated world chess master Kasparov. With the computing power of the time, scientists estimated that it would take 1 million years for the world's computers working together to calculate all the various changes in Go. Clearly, humans underestimated the learning ability and evolutionary speed of artificial intelligence. After only 2 decades, AI declared, in almost brutal and dramatic fashion, that humanity stood no chance at Go. Announcing itself so brazenly, artificial intelligence is clearly not just there to win games. The ultimate goal of scientists is to apply these algorithms to broader realms of society and to serve humanity.
新政其实觉得在这个地方，白棋挂角，黑棋直接就不要硬了，在这边。
从这边呢？
这3个点其实都有。
啊，这3个点。我师傅下完那个布局，白棋领先10目，那这个东西人肯定说不出来。新政可以用具体的目数来告诉我们，可以拿胜率来告诉我们。
From determining the structure of drug molecules to improving the efficiency of drug development, from studying earthquake prevention and tsunamis to the development and application of facial recognition systems, algorithms have shown impressive ability across the various strata of modern society. People no longer doubt that in future, artificial intelligence will become an indispensable feature of our lives, like air or water, and develop into a core driving force of renewed technological revolution and industrial change.
在最初的痛苦过去以后，我是很庆幸，正在这个人工智能突然冒出来把围棋破解的那个时代，我们还是很幸运的，能够知道更好的围棋应该下在哪里。
The implementation of artificial intelligence is based on 2 key points. One is high-quality data, the other is a high-speed processing system. Artificial intelligence can help humans achieve perception, processing, decision-making, and feedback of information, none of which can be achieved without supercomputers. This is one of the world's most powerful supercomputers, Sunway Taihu Lite.
它为什么叫超级计算机？那么，顾名思义呢，就是因为它的计算能力超级强劲，所以叫超级计算机。它相当于几十万台这个家用电脑的计算能力。
From today's perspective, the supercomputer remains a traditional computer consisting of 8 network cabinets, 40 computing cabinets, and 40,960 CPUs. Although its computing power is superb, it is massive, and its power consumption is huge, while its computing power depends largely upon the stacking of hardware. Electronic devices consisting of electronic components, such as integrated circuits, transistors, and electron tubes, have brought mankind into a whole new era in just a few decades. With the rapid development of human society, electronic components have gradually approached their theoretical limits. So mankind urgently needs to find new solutions to enhance their performance. Breakthroughs are urgently needed. And just now, a brand new term has appeared: quantum supremacy.
量子霸权是指的是量子计算机，它处理数据的速度比任何经典计算机和电子计算机的超算中心最好的那个速度还要快。那么这样如果真实现的话，那这个量子计算机的这种处理数据的能力就是天下无比，没有什么任何的工具可以跟它相比。
Quantum, a new concept that is frequently brought up but not really understood, has in fact already made an appearance in our lives.
按照德瑞讲是用光量子理论来解释光电像，解释成功了。
Academician Guo Guanzan, who is almost 80 years old, is the director of the key laboratory of quantum information of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and was among the first to engage in the field of quantum research in China.
利用量子理论开拓出晶体管，最后发展成为我们现在的手机、电脑。利用光的量子论发明了极光，所以导致现在的互联网。所以我们现在的信息时代所用的这些工具、这些原理，都是来源于量子力学的。
When Newton first first deconstructed light, people realized that sunlight was made up of colors. When Einstein coined E equals mc squared, people knew that time could be relative. Similarly, when we use the thinking of the macroscopic world to understand the microscopic world at the atomic level, a microscopic world of great beauty, regularity, and order reveals itself. Nothing can stop people from exploring this seemingly unbelievable and inaccessible quantum world.
量子计算的话，它实际上的计算单元是量子比特。经典的比特它实际上是以高低电平来表示它的零和一，但是量子比特呢，它实际上也是编码零和一，但是呢，量子比特它可以处于零和一的这样一个叠加态。
This uncertainty is an essential feature of the quantum world, and it is this feature that makes quantum supremacy possible. Everything is already on the way, and these chips are the foundation and key for the R&D team to bring about quantum computing.
这个芯片的话，就是我们做一个量子计算的一个最小单元，我们用来编码比特。 然后，如果我们这个比特能够多的话，我们就可以实现更复杂的这个量子计算过程。那么，如果我们能够实现一个大规模扩展的话，我们将来的话就有可能会实现一个这个通用的这个量子计算。
As the number of quantum bits increases, the computing power of quantum computers will grow exponentially. Experts say that calculations requiring 10,000 years to complete with a supercomputer will take only 3 minutes using a quantum computer, with its colossal storage capabilities.
量子计算机处理数据的这种能力和电子计算机相比，相当于电子计算机和算盘的能力相比。我们人类的社会已经从算盘时代到现在的电子计算机时代，你看大家都感受到它的威力，是吧？我们现在已经到了这个地步，离开电脑、离开手机，我们不知道怎么生活了，对吧？尤其年轻的一代，如果我们到了量子计算机， 那我们社会又要发生另外一个天翻地覆的变化。你可以想象，那个社会要到来了，我们整个社会有多大的进步？所以我们说，量子力学第二次量子革命会给人类带来一个新的阶段。
With the amazing computing power of quantum computers, we will be able to solve problems of immense practical value that today's supercomputers simply cannot. People will be able to precisely know the amount of rainfall at a certain moment, predict the time of an earthquake a month or even a year in advance, or vastly reduce the time to develop new drugs, and so on. Although there is still a long way to go before practical applications can be made, by the end of 2020, mankind successfully reached a breakthrough in quantum computing superiority. Quantum technology provides greater expectations for the future. In the traditional field of architecture, people are also trying to create new things with the help of new materials and techniques. The Bund has always been regarded as the symbol of Shanghai. Architecture reflects the era it dates from, and the different styles of buildings on either side of the Huangpu River condense the history of Shanghai's development over 100 years, and also vividly present architectural evolution through the century. The latest developments are taking place in an office building in Shanghai.
我觉得建筑是一个非常非常重要的人类的工具。 它是与这个科技进步、生活需求不断提高的息息相关的一个人类最重要的载体。
Yu Ting has been trying to implement new technical architectural methods to create brand new architectural concepts. In 2018, Yu Ting's project was to design a building called Jie Yuan Tang, or Shrine of What's Love.
结缘这个词，中国人很容易想到古代的文化形象叫月老，月老的一根红线。那么我最初的设想是，我是不是用红线或者绑出一个建筑？
Yu Ting wanted to wrap red threads around the steel frame of the Shrine of What's Love, but he quickly gave up on the idea.
这是装置，不是建筑。如果这2根柱子啊，可以往里面再进来一点，就更好了。
Inspiration finally came after much thought. Yu Ting landed on a new material, carbon fiber, and used robotic weaving to complete the creative work. Carbon fiber is recognized worldwide as one of the most promising composite materials for the future of construction. Composed of filaments of carbon atoms finer than a human hair, it is resistant to high temperatures and corrosion. It's lighter than steel, yet stronger.
碳纤维它本身是抗拉强度比较强的，我们会把碳纤维作为一个复合材料。那复合材料其实它是碳纤维加上环氧树脂，同时具有抗拉跟抗压的一个特性。
The robot took 90 hours to weave this 4-meter high, 3.8 meter wide component with 7,200 meters of uninterrupted carbon fiber bundles, all formed in one go. This is a completely different way of thinking, a completely different method from previous experience and practice. The future perhaps derives from such fledgling attempts.
如果我们可以把我们的建筑变成不同轻质但是坚固，可以跟着你的生活从上海搬到北京，插入到你新生活当中去，这样子的未来是跟我们现在不一样，但是值得期盼。
For thousands of years, mankind has been building and improving cities based on the evolution of building materials. In the future, with the development and application of more advanced, energy-saving, environmentally friendly, green and clean building materials, buildings inconceivable today will appear in tomorrow's cities. If buildings that combine human wisdom and technology are the glories of a city, then fields at harvest time are the most beautiful landscapes on Earth. As the world's most populous country, with a comparatively small amount of per capita arable land, food security has always been a major concern for Chinese people. To ensure food security, the power of science and technology is crucial. Yao Yao is a large-yield local grain farmer, and today he's come to this test field to see the harvest. In the spring, he sowed a brand new high-tech type of rice seed.
今年我们这里发了洪灾，1个月没光照，仍然在我这里表现得到了丰产的水平，达到了250公斤的产量。
The average rice yield in China is 3,000 to 3,600 kilograms per acre. But in times of disaster, the actual yield here can still be 5,000 kilograms per acre, which is a great figure. All this stems from the new rice seeds bred by academician Li Jiayang's molecular procedure.
如果我们育种不是光看它的，可是看到的就是性状之外，我们要能知道它的决定它的分子的本质的东西。那在这个水平上去进行育种，我们就叫分子育种。我们知道每一个性状，大穗、大粒、抗打伏，那这次基因聚合在一起，它就有这次高产的性状。把这个后代我们就可以很好的选择，它既有高产的性状的基因，又有优质的好吃的类似性状的基因在里面。
Through molecular design breeding technology, academician Li Jiayang and his team have precisely selected genes controlling high yield and high quality and assembled them together to solve the problem of rice that was high yield but low quality, or high quality but low yield. They have already started experimenting with future designs in the laboratory.
技术的革命啊，就带来了我们消费方面的一个升级换代。那未来我们的育种也可以按照消费者的需求进行定点生产。比如说我们现在正在做的抗性淀粉的大米，它吃进去之后，它的这个消化比较缓慢，血糖里面的糖的含量比较平缓。这个大米它也 改善了我们的肠道的这个菌群，就是实验有糖尿病人可以吃的，甚至于是减肥人他能使用的。
Food is vital to humankind. While scientists are already doing their best to ensure human beings have enough to eat, they are turning to the issue of making certain segments of the population eat well. Cutting-edge technology is making gradual improvements to traditional farming. Modern agriculture is making best use of high technology and novel techniques. Silkworms made Chinese silk a force that would change the course of history in China and the world. From the Gobi to the ocean, the diligent and wise Chinese ancients devised an epic exchange of civilizations between East and West, so that the legend of the Silk Road lasted for thousands of years. Today, in the 21st century, silkworms have also crept into scientists' laboratories, where they've been fed on a kind of mulberry leaf sprayed with a special carbon material. Afterwards, the silkworms would produce stronger and tougher silk, and its electrical conductivity was 10 times greater after carbonization. This magical material is graphene. Experimental data shows that graphene is, to date, the world's thinnest, lightest, strongest, and hardest material. A pioneer in the new materials of the future. Its discovery, however, was full of drama. In 2004, British scientist Andre Geim and his colleagues repeatedly applied tape to an extremely thin piece of graphite, and after peeling it countless times, finally revealed graphene, a two-dimensional material, only one atom thick. Of course, scientists now no longer need to use this method to obtain graphene. They have mastered more advanced scientific techniques.
我们主要是在金属铜箔上，在1000度的高温环境下，把甲烷这种气体分子的碳源通到高温的化学气象沉积系统里，它裂解以后产生的碳原子，它们逐渐就排列成6方密排堆积的单原子层的石墨烯材料。我们做的石墨烯的高端材料的研究，包括批量自备，在世界上都是领先的。
China has a large resource of graphene and is one of the most active countries in graphene research, development, and application. Wei Di is leading his team working on graphene batteries.
我们在探索杀手锏级应用，来应用于我们普通的日常生活。那比如说，我们目前可以做到一个全柔性的石墨烯的电池，10万次大概1天的时间，30个小时，30个。未来的情况下，比如说未来你的牛仔裤的裤兜里面就是这样一个柔性的电池，再加上 NFC 的电路，只要你把手机放到裤兜里面，你的手机在自动的给它充电。
As mankind evolves from the silicon era to the carbon era, organic materials in the traditional sense are increasingly being used in entirely new fields of application. In fields such as wearable devices, new energy vehicles, the information industry, and the health industry, the special properties of graphene have focused attention on its wide range of applications. Dreams litter the road to discovery. For Yuan Qinxing, his dream is simple. He wants his mother to be able to stand up after surgery like a normal person.
今年的4月份呢，带他做的那个换髋手术没有达到理想的状态，说目前来说，九院这边应该是国内是最先进的，所以说我们转到这边来，看看能不能达到我们满意的自己的要求的那种效果。
这个病人，72岁。 女性，她是因为骨性关节炎，在。
The diagnostic meeting for the patient is underway at the Shanghai 9th People's Hospital. Hao Yongqiang decided to operate on the patient with a 3D printed hip joint.
这个病人来说的话呢，他已经是用了传统方法，已经失败了，所以3D 打印个性化假体是他的必然的选择。
3D printing technology bridged the gap between the virtual world and the real world. and set off a major transformation in industry, design, and materials. Now, this transformation has spread to the medical field, bringing with it a whole new medical concept. The Shanghai 9th People's Hospital is the first hospital in China to create 3D printing personalized joint prostheses. Personalized needs have always been pursued as a goal in medicine. 3D printing technology has opened the door to a world of imagination and hope for personalized medicine, transforming it from off-the-shelf to a made-to-measure approach. On this basis, medical experts are exploring a new and imaginative option: bioprinting.
这个目前是我们通过软件构建了一个耳朵的一个3维的一个模型。然后呢，我们是想把它利用这个 FDM 的一个3D 打印设备去把它打印出来，通过体外的细胞培养，再到体内去植入。最后呢，因为随着材料的一个降解，最后呢，它可以真正的形成一个人工的耳朵。
An equally exciting experiment is quietly gestating in the laboratory of Hangzhou University of Technology, where Professor Xu Ming'an is printing liver tissue cells based on a complex 3D structure map on the computer.
这个就是我们按照肝脏的结构仿生结构打印的肝组织。那么目前呢，它是一个高度透明的一个小结构。那么内部呢分散了大量的肝脏的细胞。 在我们体外，在经过一定的诱导培养之后呢，细胞呢会增殖、分化，然后发生迁移和连接，最后呢形成各种肝脏的功能。
Today, more than 6 million people worldwide are waiting for organ transplants every year, with a delivery rate of less than 1%. Once bioprinting technology matures, it will be able to print various tissues and organs, including heart and blood vessels, lungs, and so on. For patients who need transplant, it will be a chance to be reborn again. And moreover, it will constitute another revolutionary leap in the field of human healthcare.
我们以后的器官，比如说心脏出现衰竭了，我们给它打印个心脏；肝脏衰竭了，帮它打印个肾。那人类的整个医学治疗会迈上很大的一步。
The operation that Professor Hao Yongqian is personally doing on Yuan Qinxin's mother has started. The 3D printed bone joint has been smoothly implanted in the patient's body, together with the optimism of new technology.
辛苦。
In Tsinghua University, a special performance is underway. This is the first Chinese-style band composed entirely of robots in China. The band's members consist of 3 robots. Almost unnoticeably, more and more new things and phenomena are appearing in our lives. Scientific and technological innovation can meet people's aspirations for a better life, not only in the present and future, but also in reshaping the past and presenting it to the world with a more modern and technological countenance.
敦煌有1000多年的历史，但是它的很多洞窟壁画，由于历史过于久远，处于保护的原因呢，它不能完全拿出来让游客来看。既要保护好它，又要更多的人去了解它，其实是一个很两难的事情。这种情况下呢，我们就在想，用这个数字增强的这个技术，使洞内的壁画大家在洞外能够看到，使这个壁画里面隐含的丰富的历史人文这样的信息呢，能够在大家观看的时候能够呈现出来。
This is the perfect combination of virtual reality, augmented reality technology, and ancient art. where the virtual digital image is superimposed on the real world to replicate a virtual, more dynamic and realistic space that is the same as the real thing. With the power of technology, you can travel back through 1,000 years of history to witness the creativity of Dunhuang.
我们一直追求的梦想就是把物理世界和数字世界结合起来，你心中所想的，可能就会变成你现实所见的。
The endless desert has not only preserved the world's cultural heritage site of the Dunhuang Mogao Caves, but also contains extremely rich resources for mankind to exploit. Energy is the basis of human development and progress. To achieve sustainable development, new energy sources must be developed. From wind and solar energy to hydrogen energy, renewable energy development and utilization have attracted huge amounts of attention from scientists. Huang Wenbo is the deputy director of the Dunhuang 100 megawatts solar power station. More than 10,000 mirrors on this stretch of the Gobi Desert form his masterpiece. This tower-style solar thermal power station is the largest in the world by area of single-unit light concentration. This power station successfully solves the problem of energy storage faced by photovoltaic and wind power generation.
我们用的是大量的智能化的一些机器人的一样的一个镜子，然后呢，它有1万多个，每个里面带着35个小镜子，它在不同的位置，要把阳光同时反射在一个点，把能量通过聚焦、储存、换热、发电。
The 10,000 plus mirrors are like sunflowers that follow the movement of the sun, generating electricity during the day while storing excess heat and releasing the stored heat at night. This power plant, which is designed to generate 390 million units of electricity per year, can reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 350,000 tons per year and generate environmental benefits equivalent to 1,700 acres of forest.
5、4、3、2、1，起爆！
This is footage of the successful test explosion of China's first hydrogen bomb, based on principles that replicate nuclear fusion within the sun, a reaction that's been going on for 5 billion years. The easiest fusion reaction to achieve in nature is the fusion of deuterium and tritium, isotopes of hydrogen.
如果从以深水里面提取的刀，全部聚变反应产生的能量相当于燃烧300升汽油，所以从这个意义上来说，聚变如果能和平利用，那是取之不尽、用之不竭的。
Therefore, scientists hope to invent a device that can effectively control the process of a hydrogen bomb explosion, so the energy can be continuously and steadily used to totally solve humanity's energy problem. This is the magnetic confinement apparatus used to control a nuclear fusion reaction, the cyclotron. And scientists gave it another name, the artificial sun. In the 1960s, Yan Donghai, who had just graduated from college, came to Leshan, Sichuan province, to work on nuclear fusion research.
这是我，这个就是在环流器上，我们所有的科研成果取到了6000多样成果，那个是一心想实现，但是遇到的困难很多。
One decade after another has passed, and Yan Donghai has retired. How to control the huge energy generated by nuclear fusion always stood before the scientists like an insurmountable mountain.
是我们中国最大的手工核聚变试验装置。
While Yan Donghai talked about the past, the students had the future in mind. In the future, if mankind conquers the problem of nuclear fusion, it will mean an almost limitless source of energy. With no shortage of energy, human beings will be freer. Looking up into space and exploring the mysteries of the universe has always been mankind's dream. This is the first panoramic photo of the Earth taken by man in space, a huge blue planet hanging in a black sky. Is it alone? Does any other life exist in the universe? The answers can only be found in the vastness of space. On July the 23rd, 2020, China's Mars probe Tianwen-1 was launched aboard a Long March 5 rocket from Wencheng, Hainan, officially starting China's journey of exploration to Mars. Exploring the vast universe is a relentlessly pursued dream of the Chinese. Innovation is the lifeblood of a nation's progress and an inexhaustible source of national prosperity. The aerospace sector, which brings together cutting-edge industries, can greatly enhance a country's overall strength.
我们国家过去50年就是航天取得的成就，全部是航天国家队科学院所，那么在这个角度上取得的成绩。
Since 2014, Chinese private enterprises have begun to enter the space sector, garnering considerable attention, driven by the need for social progress and technological innovation. It was at this time that Wang Yang started his own satellite company.
那么现在新兴的这些商业卫星公司呢，它更多的实际是以市场为导向的，以客户需求为出发点的一些商业行为。
Commercial spaceflight has become an important driver of economic development in the 21st century, with rockets and satellites the two pillars of the space industry. Just as Wang Yang was preparing to launch the first independently developed commercial satellite, an 80-ton class land-space rocket engine was being prepared for experimental ignition in a large mountain in Huzhou, Zhejiang province.
601号，你们最后试车前一定要再核对一下数据的这个勾选情况，千万别漏了。
Zhang Feng is the person in charge of Landspace's rocket experiment base in Huzhou. To build this base, he has been in this large mountain in Huzhou for 2 years.
为什么要建这个试车台？为什么要对发动机进行2万秒的这个试车考核呢？主要就是为了考核发动机的各个性能，然后用一遍一遍的失败，用一遍一遍的这个实验测试，保证我们发动机在飞行过程中万无一失。
各岗位注意，准备进行第3次综合测试。601号电测启动。105正常。正则压。5、4、3、2、1，启动。启动。
The rocket ignition test was successful. In the near future, it will take the dreams of a young generation of Chinese astronauts into space. The universe is vast, and the stars are brilliant. In a sun-synchronous orbit 500 kilometers from the Earth, the satellite Wukong is surveying the heavens. It has been in space for more than 1,000 days and nights, and its mission is to search for the existence of a special substance in the vastness of space. If this special substance is discovered, it will overturn people's perceptions of the universe. Many years ago, research scientists found that matter, made up of atoms, accounted for only 5% of the total mass of the universe, and nothing was known about what the remaining 95% of matter was. So scientists called it dark matter. It is speculated that dark matter determines the origin, formation, and evolution of galaxies in the universe.
为什么要研究暗物质、这个太空探索等等这样看上去没有特别直接用处的这些研究呢？总书记实际上曾经在2019年6月份发表过一个特别精辟的论断。他指出呢，基础研究是所有科学体系的源头，是所有技术问题的总机关。为什么说叫总机关呢？实际上，它说明它牵引了我们所有的科学问题的一些发展。
悟空号已经上天4年了，对吧？我们的首批成果是2017年发布的，那么大家非常关注，所以说我们肯定有必要要在例如明年或者后年吧，要发布新的结果。你那边模拟这方面的资源安排的怎么样？
对。
哦，就是一切都按照。
Fan Yizhong, head of the Wukong research team, is analyzing the data coming back from outer space, hoping to find evidence of the existence of dark matter within the huge amount of data.
我们每天是收集500万个粒子，所以说到现在为止快接近70亿个粒子。所以我们团队的话，主要就是说要把卫星收集的数据还原为天上真实的一些东西，然后再根据这些东西来推断是不是哪个地方有暗物质迹象。
On September the 28th, 2019, China's Dark Matter Satellite Project team released the second batch of scientific results. Based on the first 2.5 years of data, Wukong has, for the first time in the world, accurately mapped the energy spectrum of high-energy proton cosmic rays and observed a new structure in the energy spectrum, which is of great importance in revealing the origin and acceleration mechanism of high-energy cosmic rays.
就是我们人类有今天这样高度的文明，显然是由于科技带来的。那么科学家的使命就是不停地检视旧的一些东西，然后发现新的东西。科学的进步。
A new era where technology changes life and wisdom creates the future. A new era full of hope, happiness, and beauty.
科学技术的这个发展，不仅让我们生活带来方便、效率更高，更重要的是让我们人类本身的生活的品质更高。
可能我们在医疗
领域也会有更加巨大的发展。比如说，我们可能已经攻克了癌症。
我觉得在未来应该是人工智能和人和谐共生的这个模式才是真正的一个发展的趋势。
真正它可以做的事情是把人解放出来，让人在用更好的方式、更文明的方式生活在生活在这个城市里面。
未来的社会生活应该是普惠的。
对，比如说边远地区的儿童可以通过智能技术获得更多的教育机会，让教育越来越便利。
我希望未来的智能社会里能够有更加清洁的空气，能够有更加清澈的河流。
我们的美好生活的追求就是说，一个非常美好的环境里面，能够创造出美好的成果，能够分享这样美好的成果。
大数据和人工智能结合，会加持我们的生活方式，使我们的生活越来越美好。